Right, so as far as I can tell, we are live now on Twitch. If you're watching, welcome. Say hi in chat. I've got PlayStation Pixy here with me. She's new to Dungeon Defenders 2, and we're going through the campaign mode, just trying to get to grips with this. I'm new on PlayStation, so I don't know the controls very well. Here we are, we're on map number 5, the throne room. So we'll press touchpad to go to build mode. And here we are. So we've got a lot of lanes. Can you hear me okay, Cindy? Good. Alright. So there's the king shrugging off the threat. Poppycock. The young heroes are here. I want to see what they can do. He's up there, up on his throne up there. So this is the main core to protect, but we've got another main core, if you like, down here. And on the minimap you can see on the grey symbols up here, we've got a secondary gate control to protect, and one over on the right there. East. So what I've been doing, if you're watching, I've been leaving PlayStation Pixy, Cine, to think about where to defend, where to place defences and which ones. So we'll just let her think about that. If you have a look at the lane wisps and see where the threat is coming from. It's interesting because when I've been playing this map on the PC recently, the lane wisps don't show up. Bit of a glitch on there. Yeah, so you've got these 2, 3, yeah. So we've got, upper right of the screen, we've got 1,100 defence units capacity to play with. If I can remember the control, I think it's left shoulder and left on the D-pad. I can give you my mana, because you do the primary builds, don't you? And now what's the button we press to see what's coming out of each lane? It's L3. Yeah, so we hold down the left stick and we can point at the lanes and see the breakdown of enemies that's coming from there. So the basic ones are the melee goblins and the throwing goblins. Over on the right there we've got the same on that lane, but on this lane additional threat of boars and orcs. Same down here where Cine is at the moment, main defensive wall. The Squire's Blockade, always a good start. Okay, we've got one here, so we're starting our defence against enemies threatening this gate control. Now I've also got the a boosted lightning strikes aura, if you want one. A boost aura and poison dart tower is pretty good, I think, and explosive traps on the hunters if we need, or if you feel we need any of that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just seeing, yeah, you've got walls in place on the left there and here, yeah. And yeah, this is I mean, when I do my own build, this wall here that you've just done, it's roughly where I put it. This one's further back than I eventually learned to put it, but it doesn't matter probably. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, again, pretty much where I place them. Have you been watching my tutorial videos on YouTube and memorizing where I put things? It's just your natural tactical ability, isn't it? Aware. Yeah, so you've got a wall at each lane. Okay, good start. So just let me know if you want any lightning strike aura, or LSAs as I tend to call them. Well, what did you place a relic on? Did you put anything on the LSA? Because we can compare. If I place mine just here randomly. If you're watching, this is a bit of the problem in the early game. We've got the same base 4 heroes as each other. So we're just competing at this stage for the... That's a flame aura, yes. So your flame aura is more powerful than mine since you upgraded it in our last week's session. So my LSA does a damage per second of 3,779 thereabouts. So if you place your LSA, Vaporize 352, welcome. Can I join? I don't know, mate. We're here on PlayStations 4 and 5. But I'm Chaos 2. Yeah, I'm Chaos 2. Yeah. Well, we've been, Pixy and we've been working on just getting upskilled to the sort of strategies that work with the base characters from scratch. We're in a private game at the moment, so apologies, no. I don't think it'd be appropriate for you to join. It's just a grounding tutorial for our friend Pixie here. If you look me up on YouTube, it's Cypher Plays a Game. I've got tutorials on there going. I've just published all of them up through all the campaign maps. Now, personally, I've been through Chaos tiers 1 to 7. I didn't bother with 8. I got bored by it a couple of years ago. So the plan is on YouTube channel to carry on, because my viewers have asked me to basically carry on into Chaos tiers. Chaos 2, I think that's where you meet the those orcs with the EMP disabling shockwave things, isn't it? So they can take out auras and things like that, disable them. Yeah. So Vaporize, they are... Is that what you're struggling with? What are you struggling with on your personal game? Oh, you're not struggling, you just not felt like pushing further. Really? Why is that? It is interesting if you can find a friend to play co-op with, and you can collaborate and help each other out. And the more players you have, the random loot that drops is proportionally better the more players you have in your game. Hello Riser, welcome to the chat. Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes and viewers. No, we're not into that, mate. It's boring with one person. I mean, when I was working through it initially, this was back in when it was on a beta. Hi Accelerator, welcome, thanks for chatting. Yeah, I didn't get bored with it until, let's see, a couple of years in. Then I found a friend that we played, well, a random guy, but became friends. We played co-op, got through some of the mastery challenges, which are, that's where it nerfs some of your abilities and defenses. So it's got real challenges like no defenses allowed, or no hero attacks allowed, or no upgrades allowed. So the relief from boredom comes from the challenge. And if you go to Onslaught mode rather than chaos, pure chaos, Onslaught does add a good amount of variety, because the enemies that start to come, not initially, but in the later floors, the higher floors as it's called, you'll get things like enemies that have certain resistances to physical damage or electrical damage, that kind of thing, so it makes you adapt. So Onslaught can be very interesting and challenging in that sense. Extra defense, sorry Cinny, extra defense is on the ones with more enemies. Let me just go and have a look. So, I mean, I put your cannonball towers, you've got them in front of the wall. I mean, what I would do here, for example, Pixy, is leave your cannonball tower here, where it is, but move your wall and your aura forward to more where I'm stood. Where are you here? Yeah. So if you, it's best to put towers behind walls, because towers are quite vulnerable. You need to protect them from the enemies getting to them. The walls are there too, on the assumption that you can't kill things quickly. So you need to hold them back. So if you get that wall in front of the... But imagine you haven't yet placed a cannonball. Yeah, about there. That's fine. And then your aura would be in front of this. So Accelerator in chat's asking, is it fun you're starting on Dungeon Defender? Are you starting on Dungeon Defenders 2? Or the new Dungeon Defenders Awakened, or the original game Dungeon Defenders? Dungeon Defenders 2. I think it's great fun. It becomes a grind and a chore, and you have to find your own motivation much, much later in the game, because you can be doing the same routine things over and over. It's actually more fun, I found, more interesting while you're learning and adapting and learning strategies and trying different ones, because once you get to super powerful, you can basically place your defences down and forget about it, and what they call away from keyboard, AFK. That's because the board and they just want the stats at the end of it. Well, I say, what's the point of playing it if you're just going to do that? You've got to enjoy the gameplay, to me. So I wouldn't rush to get max strength everything, because that'll just make it boring more quickly. But certainly try some of the different heroes if you haven't already. The Dryad's a great hero, great defense set. The new mercenary character's interesting, has a good balance of personal attack, DPS and defences, I've found. The Abyss Lord, good set of defences. I tend not to use him for any sort of DPS, others do. Series EV2 is a great one to have with her once upgraded highly useful weapon manufacturer. So the interest comes from mixing and finding the combinations that work. Yeah, Vapor, I don't care about what they call meta. I'm no stats guru. That's not what interests me. I just like to try things out. Find what works for me. I got to C7, like I say, I didn't bother. C8 came out after, sometime after I left the game. Yeah, well, EV2. I'm not sure. Nerfed her in what way? Her personal abilities or defences? Because I did have a play with her a couple of weeks ago on my own game, back on my C7 character. Seemed fine. Alright, well, I've seen a lot of people use reflect beams as a damage thing, where the torpedo that runs along the lane is, potentially damaging. I've never bothered with that one. And I only use reflect beams for reflecting projectiles. I've said to Pixy here, I'm no uber expert on this. I just enjoy what I've experienced of it since 2014. I was in this game because I love the original Dungeon Defenders, and in early access on PC on Steam, I got this in 2014. Been playing it throughout 2014, 15, 16, through to 2019 approximately. So I've enjoyed it for many a year. And then after you do ancient power resets, and the pain of those initially when you realise you have to gild your relics to protect them, etc., it got a bit, what's the point, after all that, and keep doing it. Yeah, where are you? Let me just find you on. Are you next to me? Oh, right. I'll. There you go. Let's have a look. So have you put a wall, a flamor, and a cannonball at each one? Yeah, I mean, if you've got the mana, I would put them in. Or if you've got. Or if you've got ballista, they're effective. If you've got an upgraded ballista, at least, with a relic, then that's possibly favourable to a cannonball tower, because it pierces enemies, damages more than the single hit cannonball tower. Yeah, over here as well, you've got the cannonball in front of the wall. You want to get it behind the wall, over on the right, upper left I should say. I've been looking at chat, sorry Cindy, I'm just like, having to pay attention here. Just do a review of what you built. Let's have a look. Yeah, so if you want me to put any lightning strikes auras down, particularly on the ones with the 4 enemy types, could be useful in those lanes. But you'd have to give me some mana back. Yeah. Yeah, maybe if you put that more to the right here, over to the left side, because then you've got a better angle of coverage that can see all this. Yeah. If you put it more, yeah, roughly where you... Yeah, it's probably the night that's probably stopping you a bit from placing. These big knights, by the way, are the environmental things you can activate to do damage to enemies, but I always forget those. Don't bother with those. They're not very effective. So Vapor in chat, you said earlier you were on Chaos 2, and then later you said the new character, the mercenary, is meta for C8. How do you know that? You've just been finding other people saying that. Accelerator, who's that question to and about? Are you helping him? Who? Yeah, I'll just do the rounds, Cindy, and have a look. Yeah, technically there are 4 Dungeon Defenders games, because of course they did make, after Dungeon Defenders, they made Dungeon Defenders Eternal. What was it, Eternal? Eternity, something like that. Which I didn't bother with. I didn't like it at the time with the extra things to faff with. Didn't try it for very long. The latest one is Dungeon Defenders Awakened, which is pretty much like the original Dungeon Defenders. It's less dynamic, I find, in terms of heroes and abilities than DD2 here. But the devs, they wanted to make this to get it on the Nintendo Switch originally, and they've gone privately owned indie developer now, so they wanted this to make some money so they can make DD3 eventually. Which personally I'm hoping is a bit more like DD2, but anyway. Right, Cerny, we can go with that. We'll see how it plays out. Well, you can give me some, I might slap. It was left shoulder plus left on the D-pad. That's it. I'm just going to put... Sorry, Sydney, I missed that. Yeah, that's because I thought we were ready. I've pressed G, and it's because you haven't confirmed that yet. It's waiting on you. Yeah, this is it. If you've got some trigger happy co-op players that aren't really cooperating, and they press ready up G when you have not built or you're not ready with anything. It sends you into panic mode because, it's not good because they're basically forcing you to rush, and you shouldn't be doing that. But there's some idiots online, of course. There always are. In the later waves on this map, there are going to be some new enemy types, if memory serves. Some large ground-based dragons. Alright, good. So you survived the first wave. So just take a look at your attacking defences, see if they what damage they did, if they killed anything, and in other words, are they being effective? And what's this one done? 10? Yeah, it's okay. I mean, the one down here, the Cannonball Tower by comparison down here did 5, sorry. Yeah, I found in my recent replay myself, the Ballistas kills a lot more than the Cannonball Tower, certainly in the early game. Because in my years of play, I never really focused on the Ballista for some reason. I think because of its cost. But I thought I'd give it a go, and it is proving quite effective. Now we've got some loot drops, well I have anyway. Yeah, so we've got some new dragon characters coming out of this bottom left lane. Where I am. So what these dragons, they stand at a bit of a distance. Treat them like the spear throwers, really. So they stand about here, and fire comes out of the mouth at your defences from a distance. So I would say I'm going to put another LSA here. Maybe a booster, and maybe upgrade it. Because the idea, of course, with any enemy is to kill it as quickly as possible before it does you damage. Yeah, so over on the right hand side of the map, the lanes have basically all got 4 enemy types now. So melee in the main, no dragons over there yet. The reason we protect these gates, these secondary gates by the way, is because if they get destroyed, it opens up air lanes of attack from above. It opens a shutter at the top of the throne room and lets them in. I've got the game volume rather loud, I don't know why. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that you've been upgrading walls and things, yeah. Good stuff. Let's see, what's the button? Yeah, for those watching, I said at the start, I'm not used to playing with a PlayStation controller. It's mouse and keyboard for years, so this is awkward for me, but here we do our best. Well, do you want to replace this cannonball with a ballista where I am? Or if we can afford it, you can add a ballista as well. We've got capacity, it's whether we've got mana. I've got some mana if you need it. This the lanes will get tougher and tougher as we go through the waves. Maybe the same up there near I don't think you can join Vapor, sorry. Yeah, we're not here for 3-player co-op. It's just me and Pixy here. Just Pixy learning, the ropes. And unlike, when I was playing online in the past, you would get, as I was progressing up the ranks, you would get uber powerful people drop in, and to me they spoiled the fun because they just dumped their super powered defences down and then sat there and watched, and I thought, yeah, right, get out. I mean, when I first hit Chaos 4 level, I think it was Chaos 4, and you get those assassins, those really rapid characters. Or the assassins or warriors or something. Not the assassins, because the assassins are the ones that latch onto your hero, aren't they? Not those. Anyway, there was some... Oh, it might have been the berserkers, those female orc characters, which are very fast. Anyway, so C4 in Greystone Plaza was a real trial by fire for me as a solo player. Many attempts and trying different things. But for me, that's where the fun lies. It's learning what works. Not just having somebody come in and tell you. You notice I'm not telling Pixy here what to do explicitly. I would do. I mean, if she's building something that's inappropriate or in the wrong place entirely, I would advise done that in our first session. In the main, she had things right. Then the occasional thing, like a wall right up against the spawn point. So obvious things like that. But you never know, because any given defense can work. It depends, and you just try them. Do you want to go? Yeah, Vapor, so you've been misrepresenting. You start off saying you're C2, but you're actually maxed. I don't think they have a Chaos 9, do they? Chaos 8 at least, and Floor 700, Ascension 10k. Good on you. I think I've got a few Chaos 8 weapons, but I haven't equipped them. Like a Chaos 8 bow for my Huntress, but I'm not bothered equipping them. It was very late in my play, years in, and I thought, I'm fed up with this, I don't need that sort of challenge. Because even in the game, I would start to enter what seemed to be new players' games, and like I'm doing here, I would just advise them. And that's where I found my satisfaction after playing it for myself for years, was helping others. Hence my YouTube series for new players. Alright, Chaos 9 for Onslaught. Yeah, well, I can understand that. So many flaws. Yeah, I lost interest in utter progression after, many plays of C7 floor. I don't know, what floor was I on? 74? Nothing major. But I did get bored with it. You can go to your inventory, Cine, and see what you've picked up, if anything, worth equipping. Do that in the... Thanks for the follow, Accelerator, by the way. I didn't notice that until now. What's... Yeah, so we got dragons coming on this one. I'm just going to see how my boosted LSA did over here. See if it's worth doing in the other place. 50 resets, Vapor. Yeah, I've got 12. Like I say, bored. I mean, what's your goal now, Vapor, when you're that high? Do you have any remaining goals to achieve? Are you just trying to get kudos for being higher level than your mates or whatever? Anyway, Cine, so I've just because there's dragons coming out of here now, where I am, and they stand back, like I say, at a distance. This LSA, I've upgraded it, and I've given it a boost aura, just so we can do more damage to them while they're stood here. And so I think the wall itself, probably I'll just repair that, I think. And have we got, this one's a lightweight lane this time. What we got over here? So we've got dragons over on this side. Sorry, can you repeat that? Yes, the four of them, yeah. Alright, so we've not got a lightning strike here, have we? I mean, it could be, Cine, that this wall's too close to the wall. to the spawn point rather, because as soon as they come out of here, we're at risk of them standing in the spawn point force field behind that and shooting at your walls. But I don't know. We could just upgrade this for now, and you know, I put this. Let's put a booster in here. And let's upgrade that. So we've got an upgrade, and what we got down here? This one's as it was. Alright, now on the lower right lane here we've got spear throwers and dragons. This ballista, it's a shame it's upgraded twofold. I would move that so it's more or less where I'm stood. So it's otherwise this one, as it is here, it's blocked by this raised platform from its firing angle. So if you were to move this ballista more towards where I'm stood now, it's got a better arc of fire. Greater coverage, you can hit them sooner, because where it is, you can't see me when I'm here as an enemy. I'd have to come here before the ballista can see me, or hit me. You know, so it's good to get the optimum coverage of your defences. So yeah, I'd move your ballista to. Now what's that? I found it earlier. About there. That ping point. You sell it, and then you have to rebuild it. Or you build another one. Just build another one if you can afford it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you just think, where are the enemies coming from? What's their angle of attack? How quickly on their assault can I hit them? That ballista, that first one you built, is probably not going to be able to hit me when I'm here, but the other one might, because it's got a better angle of attack. Yeah, it's just about optimum placement. You've played it before, Accelerator. Seems you have gear. Yeah, that's what happens. Play the game, get loot. Equip gear. Your level. Well, if I go to the inventory, this is for Accelerator's benefit. Your level on the player card there is in this case for the monk, it's 17. It's the upper left corner of the hero. The other score there is the sort of overall gear score on average. It's also shown on this screen here in the upper left corner. You see the 17. It's in the lower left of my icon. So my hero is level 17. Max hero level is 50. Once you get to there, you get what's called ascension points accruing that you can assign to various statistics, so you can level up your character further. So your XP level, your experience points, do continue to grow, and at various milestones you get rewarded with ascension points that you can put into abilities. Right, how are we doing, Cinny? Because I've been focusing. Your monk is at 105 and your knight. Ascension. Right, yeah. Well, if you on your inventory, you've got. I can't get to it. But your ascension is, well, I'm not level 50 yet, but if you go into your ascension points there, under create hero, under there, then you could start assigning those points to things. I'd recommend you assign them to things like max out the defense rate bonus, defense damage, defense crit chance, that kind of thing. If you're a DPS hero, put them on the hero's abilities. But you've got points for 3 different categories of things to assign. So have at it with your 105 points. Right, Cindy, should we just go with that and see how it plays out? Yeah. Yeah, if you watch the dragons, see what they do, how they behave, gives you a clue if you have to adapt as to where to hit them first, early, that kind of thing. But they're basically like spear throwers, they're ranged enemies. But they will move forward if they're under attack at that distant point. And that's good because they move into range of more of your defences, so you encourage them to move forward by putting damaging defences at the distant point. Because this guy over here, these ones here, they were standing just outside the lightning strike or a range and being able to fire at your wall. So I'll just repair that. But see what's what on the lanes this time. So we've got a red flashing warning sign on the right hand lane. Because we've got a large spear thrower, javelin thrower, whatever they call him. Let's see how these did. Miles, hello. Thanks for joining. How are you today? Gotta say, it's the most chatty group of people I've had yet on my new Twitch channel. Thank you very much, appreciate that. Hungary, as in the country, or your stomach's rumbling and you're peckish? Or you're hungry for information and advice, which... Right, I'm going to put another... Well, Vapor's been asking to join. Can't accommodate you, sorry, Miles. It's encouraging that people want to join. But this is just a private lesson session with my colleague here and Twitter friend, PlayStation Pixy. Right, so distant javelin thrower could be a problem. What I've noticed on really long range guys in the past, I don't think it accounts. No, it won't matter here. You're on PC, Miles. I normally play on PC. But I'm suffering the PlayStation controller here for the sake of playing with PlayStation Pixy. I'm good like that. Oh, hang on. What I'm going to do is I'll build a poison dart tower here. Just for the hell of it. We've got that big dude coming. So I want to get him suffering with poison. Yeah, I don't think DD2 is cross-platform. No, it's not. Not cross-platform compatible. How are we doing, Cinevia? Thanks for the follow, Miles. Appreciate that. More the merrier. You think? Sorry, I'll just. Not that I don't trust you. I'll just have a look around. Yeah, that's good. I upgrade this guy. I've just got some spare mana, so this new ballista you put in. Upgrade. Yeah, this lane over here is going to be the troublesome one because it's got a boss character. But let's go. It's a boss dragon, or Draken as they call him. He's down. Yeah, and keep an eye on the mini-map, as I've said. Anything flashing, yellow, red, might need your attention or assist. Lots of goblins here, lots of little guys. I think we're doing okay with these defences. In the main, I think we're doing fine. Yeah. Oh yeah, so the reward for that was a bit of gold plus 200 defense medals and that defender pack, which gives you like cosmetics usually that you can apply to your characters if you're so inclined. I'm not somebody who cares about the aesthetics of a character. I don't care what it looks like. How does it play? Right. And we should, as we progress and get better and higher quality loot dropping. That's always good. And like I say, the better your current gear is on your main hero focus at this early point, the better the loot is that drops. So Miles, how far into DD2 are you? You played much? Got a chest. What colour chest did you get, Cine? Okay. It should auto equip into your inventory at this stage. Your bags defaults to set to auto collect as long as you've got space. And we don't technically have to open the chest because that will auto collect as well, but I like to, certainly in the early game, review it. How do I compare with this thing? Good, a mythical chest. That's good. I've got a new I got a shard. I'm just going to gather this up because I don't know what the compare button is. Compare to equipped, no idea. I know it on PC, of course, but not on the. A mythical relic. Fantastic. Yeah, so just if you think about your defences you've been building and which ones are starting to show promise, like your ballista maybe, you know, it just depends where you want to put your new relic, over and above any that you might already have. Or put it on that preferred item but then move the one that you just took off into another defense. Yeah, that kind of thing. Say again. Oh no, we can go. Now, where do you want to go, Cindy? How's your hands? And do you want to leave it here or? Oh, good. Right, good to hear. Well, we'll do next map. All right. This from memory is the Forest Crossroads. So the main new. Sorry. Okay, go. Just got another construction, useful to have on your gloves, of course. Right, let's just sort this so we get. I'm just going to sort my inventory whilst Cindy's having a break. Bit of a shame I'm not seeing any better items for the monk. No better personal gear for the monk. Right. Hi, welcome back. I'm just reviewing these things that dropped. I'm not seeing much stuff that's an upgrade over what I've already got. Seems way off. Don't know about you. Yeah. Did you get one or more shards out of that chest? They you know what I mean? In your inventory, it'll be a yet to open shard. Mine was a construction one, which is good for building, but I've already got a few of those equipped. Ah, right. Oh my. If you're watching, you'll have to bear with me on this controller because I'm pressing the wrong things all the time. Right, what's this? So I've got a new totem. Accelerator's asking to join again. Accelerator, go to my YouTube channel, Cypher Plays a Game, and I've got a DD2 New Player's Guide. It walks you through the campaign, and within that, watch the videos throughout. Don't just look at the builds. I give you tips throughout the videos of what you should be looking for and considering. So hopefully if you go there, DD2 New Player's Guide. I'm just working through the campaign on hard mode, and that hard mode because it skips the in-game tutorial and it gives you better loot, and it's perfectly doable solo as I'm doing there. Yeah, so if you check that out on my YouTube channel, and the people that have been watching it have asked me to carry on into Chaos Tier Beyond campaign, which I've just completed yesterday for them, and I shall be doing that. There's some supplementary videos in the series as well, and they deal with shards and relics and ascension points and going into chaos, why you might want more of the same hero, more than one instance of the same hero. Somebody asked me. Anyway, so yeah, Cypher plays the game on YouTube. And if you look on my playlist on my channel, there's a DD2 New Player's Guide series. So start from the beginning, even though you might have done it already. And I'll cover off the sorts of things you should consider when trying to progress in the early game. So here I've got this new totem, and to get the controls right, I'm just deciding to put it on. I mean, my friend here, Pixy, is focusing on the defensive walls, so I'm not going to put it on my wall. No point competing with her. So I'm going to put it on, I don't know, my apprentice's Frostbite Tower. Just gives it more survivability if it gets attacked, if we ever place it, that is. What else have we got? In your bag, Cinny, as well. If you go to the second bag along, that's where your defender pack will be. You can open that chest if you wanted to. It's just, like I say, it's just cosmetic stuff usually. Yeah. Just let me read Accelerator's message. When the goblins have shields and dark armor, well, the shields protect against projectile weapons. So if you've got a strong, for example, aura or EV2, you got weapon manufacturer, that kind of thing, nodes on the floor, you can attack them at the distance, can't you? You can bypass the shields in effect. So you could try that. Yeah, you must. Yeah, I think you said you're into Chaos Tier, aren't you? Accelerators, so that's why you're encountering those. They don't appear till Chaos Tier, do they? It's hard. This Cinny is welcome chats, but it's hard to focus on the game when people are asking me questions. I don't mind. That's what Twitch is all about. Interaction, isn't it? I feel like I've not reviewed them at all yet. Bear with me a second. Right. Let me just see for my monkey boy if I've got a decent helmet. I think chest rather. Come on, right. Compare for me, come on. Oh, it's. I'm doing that wrong. Oh, dear me. Right, hang on. Wrong item. Oh no. What is this relevant for? Helmet. I'm talking to myself, by the way. Frustrated at myself for not knowing what I'm doing with the controller. That's for a helmet, but I haven't got a... See, is that a better helmet? The helmet I've got, you see, is Cool. It's the lowest level, it's worn category, so it doesn't have any shard slots. And that's on my monk, and I want him currently to have the best kit. Yeah, Sydney, if you've got any shards, we got them from the package unlock. You might have already done it. The fortification shard. It's a green tower-looking shard. They're good on your walls. They give them extra health. You don't think you have them? Oh, mind you, they were random, weren't they? What we opened, we got. Oh, sorry, yeah. So you might not have got any. Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll. I don't think I can upgrade much at the moment, so I'm just going to ready up and get the build phase underway. But the main new thing on here is the hordes of enemies that are going to be coming from the air. On each lane we'll get lots and lots of wyverns attacking us. Are you still there? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so you can... Yeah. So you can see there the blue air lanes. We've got one coming from each angle of attack. Flying enemies, yeah. So let me just check if I've upgraded my Skyguard tower. So we've got a defense. I'm just reviewing my defense power. Blah blah blah. That. That one has shard slots, so in readiness I'll put that one on Skyguard. Yeah, so we'll need to at least build, I think anyway, ballistas and cannonball towers, things like that, and poison dart can attack airborne enemies, but you've got a specialist item in the Skyguard tower, so I will place a couple. But if you want to be thinking about the other defences, I'm just going to put them there and there to start with. And I'll just say it might not happen, Cinny, but the air lane comes from this spawn point as well. And I'm sure I remember them attacking your defences at the ground level here if they get, if they see them, if they're in range. So it's whether you want these this close to the spawn point, or if you want to put them further back here, you've got the coverage, at least to some degree, of this Skyguard tower. So I might put your wall in this bottleneck choke point here where you stood and start from there. Even a bit further back, because if the on the wall, because the Skyguard tower range runs out right where I'm stood. So I'd bring it back into this gap, the wall about I don't know, I'm pressing the wrong button. Just about there. Anyone watching want to say hi in chat while my friend here is just building her defences? It's a thought process, isn't it? Gets your little grey cells working. Yeah, I know what you mean. The scenery and that can get in your way sometimes. One thing to think about as well here, Cinny, is if you do an inspect on this ballista and then notice its arc of fire, the green cone of fire, yeah? So it can angle itself to the left and right along to the max of that green line, left and right, yeah? So this is, in a way, it's fine, but what it will also do, it'll try and shoot enemies in this lane as well that it sees. And the question is, do you want it to share its responsibility with both lanes? Or do you want it to focus? Do you want it to focus just on one lane? If you want it to focus on this lane, it just means it's kind of fine where it is, but you need to angle it more so it kind of points towards. When you're angling it, just look at where the green arc is pointing, and if you get the green arc pointing no further to this in this direction, this lane, then it will focus on this lane then. So if you hold X and rotate it once you place its foot. Right, so you need to get rid of that because it's the same again. No, you're looking at the turquoise line. Well, if you move your character, stand in front of it, for example. Stand where I am. And then if you inspect... Yeah, well, you can... stand where build it from this angle. Stand where we are and sell it and build it from here. But you know the green line that you're looking at? It's the green line that's important. And yeah, you're just going to rotate it 180 odd degrees, aren't you? Sure, yeah. Bit further. That way. No, try it. Oh, no, you're right. Try that. I know. Yeah. I think that's one thing that's actually more difficult with a mouse. But anyway. Yeah, so that's just one thing to consider is the arc of fire and whether you want to spread the load of a defence against more than one lane, which is probably not advisable. You want it to focus all its power on one lane. Of course, if you've got limited defence unit capacity, you might have to do that sometimes. But I'm more likely to do that with an aura rather than a projectile tower. Like I say, there's no shame in failing. It's a learning process, and you just see what happens during the combat phase. and then if it fails and your defences fall and your core gets destroyed, not a problem, you get to try again. And you adapt. Try something different. Because in theory, as long as you keep on top of your upgrades of your items, your walls, your relics on your walls, keep boosting them, to keep up to speed with the ever-evolving and tougher enemies, in theory they're good enough. But it just then comes down to optimum placement and, well, some defences work together well, some don't. Some have useful combination effects. I mean, one example is if I build an Earth Shatter Tower and a Poison Dart Tower, if they hit the same enemy, that will, I think, has a chance of petrifying the enemy, turning it to stone, which makes it obviously stop still and be more vulnerable to attack. You alright, Cindy? What are you doing? Alright. I think our chatty people have left the chat now. They've gone. No, that's fair enough, yeah. Good to inspire. You've got 100 mana left. Let me just. I've not looked. I've not been looking at the defense lanes. Let's have a look. See, because I've got some I can build some lightning strikes with, that kind of thing. So one. Which one? Oh, you need that one over there. Okay, well I'll give you the mana for now. And if you build up, where are you? There you go. Yeah, you see the warning there on screen as well, which says "Watch for exploding kobolds." They're the little goblin characters, but they're carrying dynamite, and they're like suicide bombers that run at your wall. Once they walk along with their friends, but once they spot their target, they scream. You'll hear them, and they start running at high speed at your wall, or whatever you've got first in their line of sight. So they can be quite damaging. So it's good to take them out as soon as possible. Like everything. So kill the enemy before they kill you, innit? It's left shoulder plus left on the D-pad. Alrighty. So one thing I came to try and helps a bit is I would do it with Series EV if I had her, but if I put a lightning strike aura upon this rock, you see how it extends up into the air as well. And the flying enemies do fly under this archway. So I figure I'll hit them. It doesn't necessarily kill them, but it will damage. And unfortunately at the moment this doesn't fire off very rapidly. It's only once every 4 seconds. But anyway, it's a starting point, and it's just something I learned to do just to help assist with the air lane. I think if you get your range extender shards on things as well, you can do that on the other lane up on, where is it? This last one you built. So you can, if you've got a really long range aura or Series EV weapon manufacturer aura, you can just, I think you can get away with putting it up on this cliff here and it will reach up into the air and do damage to these flyers. But that's, you know, further down the line. Yeah. Right, so you've got your your complement of defences on things. I'll just put an Alisane from if I've got enough mana, etc. I think I have. They only cost 20. Now this flame aura, Cinny, where I am here, it's just a bit. Might want to move it a bit further towards the wall, so it's covering the wall, touching the wall. Yeah, so we're gonna get 8 flyers from each lane. Quite the swarm. Yeah, I think we're good to press G up and give that a go. Well, I hope that my wife's at home now because I've got a delivery due. Yeah, these aren't new to us, obviously. They appeared in the Ramparts mission, didn't they? I forgot that. Ooh, this wall took a lot of damage. What's coming now? Yeah. Right, so we got ranged enemies galore. Wrong button. Yeah, I think that northern lane is the real threat this time. Did you get any relic drops that round? I haven't particularly paid much attention. Let's just have a look. Where are we? I thought I equipped. Anyway, right. Yeah, I've no new relics, I don't think. Or maybe if I'm gonna get, yeah, maybe I'll put a Frostbite Tower to slow down those little guys. Well, it depends what it targets, but you know what I mean. These Frostbite Towers can be useful as well, especially once you get a shard on it, I forgot what it's called. It gives a chance of freezing the enemies, and whereas normally it just slows them down. And that's good for the flyers, because you can imagine it freezes them in flight and they just drop to the ground. Quite funny. Where are we? Oh, wrong button. Yeah. Right, well I've done all I can, so I think we're ready to go. If you are. If you've got any mana, you might 50 at least, you could upgrade this ballista where I am. Yeah. Oh, I've got 36 mana left, so if I give you that. Have you got 50? You can do this one. Upgrade that one. This ballista here. This one. And then I think everything's repaired and upgraded as. So, yeah, we'll go with that. has been known on this map. Between waves, you have to sell some defences on one lane to shift into the other one where the threats are. I don't think we have to do that this time, but it has been known. Because you're quite limited with 800 DU. Right, so the threats this lane, I suppose, and yeah, the lower left and lower right lanes in particular. Still not getting, I don't think you do get many helmets dropping. I certainly need a better one for this monk. Right. Wrong button. There we go. Yeah, I think we can upgrade things several levels now. We're at level 22 hero. We could upgrade things several tiers now. What's coming this way? Yeah. Yeah, I think we've done all we. I'm out of mana anyway. I think everything's okay. Now, which are the challenging lanes? North and to the left, I think. Yep. Ready when you are. I think we're coping okay with those exploding Cobalts. They seem to be dying before they get anywhere. Yeah, absolutely. Have we? No. I'm just looking at my inventory a minute. Yeah. Yeah, not a lot going, so ready if you are. You seen those big Cobalts that are carrying like 3 lots of dynamite? Well, they might still be small Cobalts, but the big, big dynamite packs. Victory! Mythical chest. Oh, cutscene. Hi Accelerator, you're back. Welcome back. Just beat Forest Crossroads. You've watched episode 1 to 5. Thank you very much. Hope you learned something useful. Hope you gave me a like and a comment and a sub. Cheeky, selfish, self-promotion. Nah. Well, I'm, just new on there. Paltry number of subscribers. Thank you. Appreciate that, Accelerator. Yeah, much appreciated. Don't know if you're into any other games on the playlist there. Driving racing games. That kind of thing. Bit of retro. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed as well, Accelerator. I did not in this DD2 series, but under my playlist called Dungeon Defenders. I did one for Halloween called Halloween Top, whatever it was called. Spooktober or something. That was on the Dead Road map. And, well, you'll see what I build there. And that involves a few different heroes that you see in here. A few different strategies. How good am I on PC? I'm like a specialised generalist, as they call it. I'm much more adept with the mouse and keyboard on PC, that's for sure. Because I'm primarily a PC player. Let me just check in. Cindy, how are you doing for time and hands and things? Yeah. So we'll just go back. We'll just go back to town and review what you picked up. Whatever, it's up to you. But you can leave if you want, or we can stick around, equip stuff. With me, it takes longer than 5 minutes because of this thing. But oh well, we went to town. Never mind. Whatever. Inventory. I know I got a shard. Did you get any shards? I got 3 shards. Let's see what they are. They're probably for heroes I don't have. Wish they can. You press use to open them. It's the square. Yeah, I've got a shard for another hero. And I think I've already equipped this one on my apprentice. Got a howling wolf on this level. Somewhere. Yeah, I've already got that. Let's sort this bag. In Dungeon Defenders Awakened, they've released a werewolf themed boss character level. I haven't played it yet. In fact, I uninstalled that game. It just doesn't feel as good as DD2 to me. But anyway. Right. Better gloves. Yeah. We're not getting much love in terms of these relics. They're not more powerful than the ones we've got, really. Sell a bit of stuff. Yeah, keep hold of those, what I've got left. Yeah. Yeah, well, thanks for joining again, Cinny, and thanks to all the people in chat, especially subs, followers. Thanks, Accelerator, especially for going to my YouTube and subbing there. And we'll leave it there. Thanks for joining us and watching our experience here. Bye for now.